Hello, shining stars. How are you all? I hope that you all are fit and fine, and I hope you have completed the previous chapter. So, now let's move into the chapter number 14, and the chapter name over here is Save Trees. So basically, student, in this story, we will know about how to save trees. As you know, trees are our best friend. Trees gives us lot of things. They did not take anything from us. Okay, they just give out the things. Okay, they give us food. They give us fruits, vegetables. They give us clothes. Okay, they give us rubber, gum, etc. And also, the main important thing is they give us oxygen to breathe. Okay, so without trees, we can't be able to survive. Okay, students. So let's know about the story. But before starting the story, here you can see the warm-up exercise. Trees are our best friends. As I said earlier, trees are our best friend. They nourish us with tasty fruit and they purify the air we breathe. Okay, they just give us the tasty food and fruit, and also they just purify the air we breathe. They give us oxygen, fresh oxygen. They prevent soil from being washed away. They also prevent the soil erosion. That means they just prevent the soil from being washed away. Okay, they also provide homes to so many animals, so we should save trees. Okay, they also provide the home to many animals, and they also, so that is why, student, we should always save the trees, because they provide home to many animals. They provide various type of things to us also. Okay, that is why we should always save trees. We should not cut them. Okay, now let's start the story. So this is basically dialogue type of story. Okay, so first of all, Vidit is saying, Father, you spend a lot of time taking care of the plants. Then you get very tired and you don't play with me. Okay, now Vidit is saying to his father that you always spend a lot of time taking care of the plants, and after which you just get tired and you did not get time to play with me. Okay, and you did not play with me. Okay, now father smiles. Don't you know how important trees are for us? Without trees, it would be impossible for us to live on the earth. Now, first, father just smiled by listening the complaint of his little child. Okay, so he just said that, don't you know how important the plants for us? Okay, without plants, without trees, we can't be able to survive. It is impossible to live. Okay, without trees and plants. Okay, on the planet Earth. Here you can see the conversation going on between son and father. Now Vidit is saying, yes, father, our teacher told us a very interesting thing. She said that if there were no trees, we would not be there too. This is because these trees take in the bad air that we breathe out and give us fresh air. Okay, so Vidit said, yes, father, I know that trees are important for us, as our teacher taught us that how important the trees are, because the trees, they just take out the bad air from us. Okay, and they convert it into the fresh air and give us fresh air to breathe. Okay, now father says, yes, trees are very wonderful things. They are very important for us. They give us fruits, vegetables, pulses and cereals. They also give us wood for making furniture, gum, rubber and many more things. Okay, so father said that yes, trees are very wonderful one and they are important for us. Okay, they give us what? They give us fruit, vegetable, pulses and also the cereals, and they also give us the wood for making the furniture and all. Okay, gum, rubber and many more things they provide. Okay, now Vidit said, Father, are trees not helpful to birds and animals? So Vidit just asked his father that, are trees not helpful for the birds and animals? Okay, so father said, of course they are. Most birds live on trees. Trees provide them shelter and food. Do you know in what other ways trees help us? Okay, so first father answered that of course they are helpful for both birds and animals, as trees provide them shelter, the place to live. Okay, as you see that most birds, they just live on trees. They just make their nest to live over there. Okay, and so basically trees just provide the animals and birds a shelter and food. Okay, now the father questioned to his child that, do you know in what other ways trees help us? Now Vidit says, on a hot day trees gives us shade. Okay, so basically on a hot summer day trees gives us what? Shade. Okay, now father, very true. Do you know that places that have a lot of trees get more rainfall? When it rains heavily, the roots of these trees hold the soil firmly, so the soil does not run off. Okay, so father said, very true, you said, my child. Now he said that, do you know that places that have a lot of trees, they get the large amount of rainfall they get. Okay, so when it rains heavily, the roots of the trees, they just consume the water, rainwater, and the soil does not get run off, okay, eroded. Now Vidit says, wow, that make the trees a very useful thing. I didn't know that trees help us in so many ways. Some people use wood to light a fire. If plants are being cut down for wood and are being used as fuel, shouldn't we plant more trees? Okay, now Vidit was amazed. He said, wow, that make the trees very useful thing. I didn't know that trees are very much useful for us in many ways. Okay, but he also said that some people are there who use wood to light up the fire, who unnecessarily cut the wood or cut the tree and all, okay, to get the wood to light up the fire to use it as fuel. Now, shouldn't we plant more trees? Now he questions. Okay, so father said, yes, of course. Trees are cut down to make houses and factories. If trees are cut down, the land will soon become a desert. That is why Sri K.M. Munshi started Van Mahotsav. Van Mahotsava. It is celebrated all over India in the first week of July. He believed that if we act wisely now, we can save Earth and all living things that live on it. We can save Earth and all living things that live on it. Okay, so basically student यहाँ पर So basically student, father is saying that yes, of course, trees are cut down to make the houses and factories. Like trees are cut down unnecessarily to make the houses and factories and to provide the land for building up the industry and all. Okay, so if the trees are cut down unnecessarily, the land will soon become a desert, the soil will get eroded and all. Okay, so that is why Sri K.M. Munshi has started the Van Mahotsava, which is, which is celebrated all over India in the first week of the July. Okay, and on that day we just plant more and more amount of trees. Okay, he just believed that K.M. Munshi, he just believed that if we act wisely now, we can save our planet Earth and all living things which live in the planet Earth, who live in the planet Earth. Okay, so with it says, yes, we planted many trees in our school on that day, but now I am going to plant trees right now. Okay, so he said that yes, on that day we plant many trees in our school, but now I want to plant trees here right now. Okay, so basically he just get excited to plant the tree with his father. And you can see over here students that what type of things the trees provide us, the plants provide us. Like the plant provide us fruits, vegetables, they provide cereals, they provide wood, they provide gum, rubber, they provide. Okay, so these are the things which the trees and plant provide us. Okay, so student, what we have learned from this chapter, from this story, we have learned that how to take care of the plants, how to take care of the trees, and one should not cut the trees unnecessarily. And if somebody is cutting the trees, then one should make them stop, and one should make them realize their mistakes and all. And also one should make other to plant the trees, plant large amount of trees, so that our planet Earth will look green and beautiful. Okay, students. Now student, let's move into the word meaning. Let's learn new words. So the first word is desert, which means flat sandy land where nothing grows and there is no water. Next is pulses, which means seeds like peas, beans and gram. Okay. Next is cereals, which means grains like wheat, rice, oats, maize and millet. Next is wisely, which means showing the ability to see what is right or true. Next is fuel, which means a thing that is burned to make fire or heat. Next is factories, which means places where people make things to be sold. Next is shelter, which means a place that protects us from danger. Next is runoff, which means go away. Next one is furniture, which means chairs, tables, benches, beds, cupboards, etc. Next is firmly, which means with a lot of force. Okay. So I hope student that you understood the story. Now what you have to do, you have to read the story again and also complete the exercises. Now I will meet you in another class. Till then student, take care. Bye bye.